Hi guys, welcome to Linux YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about shell script project part 2. But before start the lab session we need to understand few points, which is what is importance of shell script project and how it's useful in shell scripting. Basically, shell script project refers to a collection of automated tasks written using shell script languages like bash or sh that are grouped together to solve a specific problem or automate a workflow, typically on Linux and Unix system. In my previous demo, I discussed bash scripting and its ability to provide a user with a powerful method of managing computers and programming. I even provide a step-by-step guide on how to write a simple bash script to advanced one. So, however, the best way to learn is through practice, and what a better way to do that than you do on a project. So here are some projects idea you can use to practice bash scripting. You can experiment with this script and make them your own. So let's do the lab session and see how it's useful for us. So you can see this is my Linux terminal, and first of all I'm working on RHEL 9.3. That's my current OS. So let's start with the first project, which is invoice generator script. Invoice generator script refers to a pieces of code or software script that automatically create invoice, usually in digital format like PDF, HTML, or text format based on the provided data like customer name, product, service, price, taxes, etc. So to demonstrate that part, let's create a simple shell script. First of all, we need to create a text file using text editor. I'm using vim text editor, but you can go with anyone. So I'll start vim demo.sh. Let me copy the content from my notepad and then I'll explain each and everything. So here is my first script. Okay, let it be go. Let me explain from here. So the first line is bash shell script, the shebang line, which is very important. And this tells the operating system to use the bash shell to execute this. Then from line number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm using read command line tool, right? So then from the next line, read hyphen p customer name, prompt the user to enter the customer name. The input is stored in the variable called customer. Similarly, in next line, read hyphen p item 1 name, ask the user for name of item 1, store it in the variable item 1. Then from the next line, read hyphen p item 1 price in dollar, prompts the price for item 1 in dollar, store in the price 1, and similarly asks for the name for item 2, store in item 2, and asks for the price for item 2, store in price 2. So here is the customer name, the first item 1, then dollar value, then second item 1, then the dollar value, right? Then from the next line total, this line calculate the total price by adding price 1 and price 2, and BC command here is a command line calculator which can handle decimal number. The result is stored in total, right? Then from the next line, echo generating invoice. Here, display a message indicating that the invoice is being created. Then from the next line, we use cat command here, cat input redirection, appending EOF and a frame greater than symbol invoice.txt. So this begins a here document which is used to write a multiple lines into a text file. In my case, invoice.txt. The line between cat greater than less than double appending EOF and a frame from here to here. If I go, if I like this, line number 13 to line number 15, if I'm talking about this, are treated as contained and written into the files. So this invoice layout is printed with the data that the user entered, then slash before dollar this ensure the dollar sign is displayed literally as in $12, $10, something like that, and the value inside dollar curly braces are replaced with the user input value. So if you have total, we got the total value here. If we have a price one, if we got the price one, price two from here, right? Then from the next line, echo invoice saved to invoice.txt. After thank you, we have invoice saved to invoice.txt. So basically, if I'm trying to explain in a one line what is the use case or what is the purpose of this script, this bash script user generate a simple invoice file invoice.txt based on the user input, right? So let's go, let's make it executable and run the script. So I'll save and quit. I run the command chmod x demo.sh and let's go demo.sh. Enter the customer name. I said suppose Jack. Item first, I said A double P L E. First price in dollar, I said 12. Okay. Item number two, I said MANGO, mango. The price in dollar, I said 10. Generating invoice, invoice saved to invoice.txt. So if I go cat invoice.txt, wow, invoice. Customer name is Jack. Item apple is $12, mango is $10, and total is 22. Finally, thank you. This is how, with the help of the script, we can generate invoice text file. I hope the picture is clear. Let's take another example, which is looping system monitor. So this time my goal is that I want to live display of CPU, memory, or disk space every 3 seconds. So I need to make a script that repeatedly runs in a loop to monitor system resources like CPU, memory, and disk usage. So let me make it blank, my script, and I'll go demo.sh. Let me copy the content again from my uh, notepad file. Wait a minute. Yep. Go and paste here. So this bash script is system monitoring loop that continuously displays CPU, memory, and disk users in terminal. And let me break it down line by line. The first line is shebang line, tells the system to use the bash script to interpret the script while true and do. Line number 3. So here this begins an infinity loop, true always return true, so it's loop forever. The code inside will keep running until you manually stop it using Control C. And then I have a clear command on the next. Clear the terminal screen before displaying new data, makes the output look clean and update each time. Then I have echoing CPU and memory use. Then I have some blank line here. Then finally I have a top command. So display the heading top hyphen B hyphen N1 pipe head hyphen N10. So this run the top command in bash mode, capturing a snapshot just once. Head hyphen N10 show only first 10 lines of the top command, and these lines shows CPU load, running process, memory, swap usage, etc. Then I have a echo, then I have a blank line here on 8 number, then I have a echo disk uses and df command, df-h grep du. So display the disk space, df-h show the disk space of users in human readable format like GB and MB. Grep filters the output to show only actual disk partition, not tempfs or other pseudo file system. Then I run the another command, which is sleep 3. So basically this will pause for 3 seconds before the next section. Then I have echo one more time blank line, then again I'm printing memory uses, then I have a free minus m command which show the memory uses in megabytes, and grep memory filters only memory summary line, ignore swap and others. And finally again a new line blank line, then to again echoing. To stop the script, please Control C and just wait for 3 seconds before restarting the loop. And finally done, marks the end of the loop block. Since loop is infinity while true, it goes back to the top and repeat again. So finally this script act like a lightweight monitoring dashboard, you can say, for CPU users, memory users, and disk users. It's update every 6 seconds, 3 seconds after disk, 3 seconds after memory, and keep refreshing the terminal. So to stop, we have to press Ctrl C at any time. Let's run the script and see the magic. Demo.sh. Now you can see it's there. So you will notice I got top command output, right? Then I got the disk uses and just wait for 3 seconds. After that I got memory area 3 seconds, and you want to stop it, use Control C. This is how it's keep going on. I hope you understand the concept, right? Let's take another project which is file encryption and decryption script. So now this time my requirement is I want to encrypt and decrypt a file using GPG command line tool. The term file encryption decryption script refers a computer program like a script designed to protect the file's content from unauthorized access via encrypted and back to its original readable form using decrypted. So how? Let's me modify my script one more time and let me copy the code. Then I explain. Okay, this is simple command line script to encrypt and decrypt a file using GPG, which is a tool for secure your encryption and signing. The first line, you know, shebang line. Then echo 1 encrypt, echo 2 encrypt, read hyphen p, choose an option pt and read hyphen p, enter the file name file. So basically it prints two options. First of all, encrypt or decrypt and read the user choice into the variable name opt, right? Then read hyphen p, enter file name file, asks the user to input the file name they want to encrypt or decrypt and store the file name in file. From the next case opt in, if the user choose first means encrypt, it return gpg-c, encrypt the files with the password prompt and create .gpg encrypted file, and then prints encryption successful. If user choose second means decrypt, then the section figure out which is file to be decrypt and what output file name to use. Now from the next line I use if condition here, right? So let it be go to. So if condition basically start from here. If the input file already end with .gpg, it sets input as the file itself and output as the file name without .gpg extension. Otherwise, it's assumed the encrypted file is file name.gpg and will output the decrypt file as file name. Then it checks if the encrypt file exists or not. If it is, then decrypt with gpg-d command, right? And write the decrypt content to the output file and print success message or an error if file is missing. So if it is missing, the input file not found, and if it is okay, then you have a description successful. And then line finally echo invalid choice handles any other input rather than 1 and 2 by printing invalid choice. Last gpg conf hyphen hyphen kill gpg agent, kill the gpg agent process to clear any cache credentials or settings from this session. So basically this script asks the user if they want to encrypt or decrypt a file. Then it asks for a file name based on the choice. It encrypt a file with password or decrypt a file .gpg file, provide feedback and handle the basic input errors and clean up the GPG agent at the end. So let's make a file and encrypt and decrypt using the script. I'll save and quit. I write down echo hi, this is test file. I want to save it, suppose test.txt. Okay, so currently you can see I can read the content. Let's go. Demo.sh, what you want, I want to encrypt file name. I said test.txt. Okay, you have to give the passwords 1 2, for example 1 2. This is a very short, let it be go. Okay, encryption successfully done. So now I can remove my original file which is test.txt con. So if I try to go, I cannot read the content directly from here. Let it be go decrypted. I'll open the same, this time decrypt the file name. I said test.txt.gpg. The moment I press enter, it asks the passwords again 1 2, and you can notice I can see the content again. So this is how you can create and you can take the advantages of this encrypt and decrypt script. So I hope the picture is clear for all of you, right? So finally we are in the conclusion part, which says that these projects provide a great opportunity to practice bash scripting and understand its usefulness. So remember, you can customize them by adding or removing features to create an endless possibilities. That's all about this demo. Thank you for taking the time with me, and I hope it has improved your understanding of the topic. Hopefully, you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon, I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out to me through my social media link, which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and